Hi YouTube, got another video for you. I'm going to try not to yell on the camera today. I was rebuked by one of my original subscribers on my last video. He said I was yelling into the camera. So I'll try not to yell on the camera. What you can see I'm working on is I'm putting the sheetrock on my garage ceiling. And I ran into a little problem back in the area I'm working on. Yesterday was no big deal. This is kind of an open area for the ceiling. It is a little bit tricky to go up around these shelves, but I got plenty of room. Well, once I get back in this area, right back here, that's where it starts getting hairy. And I'm going to show you beyond that light bulb, that's where I couldn't get the piece in. Now, up in this area right here, it's still a little tight and everything, but I knew I could put my nails up in the framing and rest my sheet on the framing nails, push the sheet up with my hand, bend the nails over, and screw it off, which I did, okay? Now, how am I getting the sheets up there is I put them up on the top of my cart right here. Some of you remember from a year ago when I made a video on my homemade scaffolding. Well, I've capped it and it's coming in really handy for me when I'm sheetrocking the ceiling in here, because what I do is I take and I shove my sheet right up on these boards up here, and then I crawl up here, put the sheet on my back, on my neck, on my head, lean it up, okay? Well, that was all working fine and dandy, but then when I come to this spot, I started looking at the space and I thought, how am I ever going to get a piece of sheetrock leaned up in there? Because I have that wall right there, that little wall that's holding up my shelf. And then I have the shelf right there, which it makes the lower part between the shelves. See that? The lower part between the shelves. It makes it more narrow than what my ceiling is. So how do I lean a piece of sheetrock up there? Okay. Well, I knew that was going to be an issue. And my first measurement for this space up here was, I have it written down up there, it's like 59, okay? But then I crossed it out because I knew I could never get a 59-inch piece up in there. And so I wrote 43 and 16 and a half. So I was going to cut two pieces, which I did. Okay, well, big deal. Everybody knows that. What's the point of this video? Where's the magic? Why am I even watching this video? Okay, well, I'll tell you where the magic is. So what I did is after I cut that 43-inch piece, I thought I could get it up there, but I still couldn't because of the way that wall is protruding out. And I had to notch the sheet. And then when I go to lean the sheet up, it's bumping on the bottom of that shelf right there. So here's the magic. I thought, okay, well, if you can imagine this being a sheet 4 feet long, I thought, okay, so that would be 4 feet from there to there. Okay, my 5/8 sheetrock, because this is the garage ceiling, I have to use 5/8, so it's really heavy and awkward. So I thought, well, I'll just cut it down to 2 feet. And I did. Then when I started lifting it up, I thought, okay, the sheet's like that now. Then I was about ready to take and cut the paper so I could have a 2-foot sheet to go up in that area. But I thought, why should I do that? Why should I cut the paper? I'll just use this like a hinge. So that's what I did. I just closed it up like a hinge right here. I had this part, if you can imagine the notch right up here. See that, where we're talking about this notch right here? That was my notch right there. And I just kept this like a hinge. And then I go to set it up like this. Slide that in there. And then I just open it up. I just open the sheet up. Okay. Without tearing the paper, and I screw it to the ceiling. And can you see that? You can't even tell that the sheet was cut because it's screwed to the ceiling. Now, look how it's ripped. Look how the paper's ripped. What happened is, it's so heavy and it's so awkward. I'm trying to do this by myself, and so it just ripped. Well, I wasn't going to throw the sheet in the garbage. I just cut the paper back, and I'll fix that with my mud. Now, where that rip joint is, that's 2 feet. Well, guess what? I also have another one you cannot even see at 1 foot. So I had 2 hinge points, if you can imagine that. The other one where it didn't break, you can't even tell that's there. So I guess that's just another way to do it. Maybe somebody already knew that trick, but I didn't know that trick, and now I do. And so just keep that in mind. So you don't have to cut the other side of the paper. You could just fold it like that. So I've still got a lot of work here in the garage. Got a lot done on this side, and I got a really big area to sheetrock, but it's going well, and it's turning out like I want it, like I imagined. These shelves, I didn't have to do them. I could have just left the wall going straight up and not worried about the shelves, but I thought, man, there's an opportunity there for me to hide some of my mechanical work. Like you see right there, I have the duct. I'm going to conceal all that and build a little box down there. But I thought, with all the extra headroom in this garage, I can put shelves up there. And so that's what I've done. And I've even put the shelves up above the garage door, kind of built my track into the shelves, which is holding it up much better than it was before, and it's gonna look better. It's just a lot more work. That shelf over there, I also have to conceal around the duct. And then I ran all my electrical up through here because I didn't want to drill through all the walls. So I thought, well, I'll just build these shelves to help conceal all that. And so you see what I've done is I put my electrical through there. And then like even on this, right behind that garage door opener there, that little box down, that's concealing my drain, okay? So it's taking longer than it should, but now whenever I pull my car in here, my pickup, I just unload my tools from work and I just throw them up there because these shelves are plenty strong. And then I don't really have to do much bending over to pick up my tools off the ground. I just grab them off there, throw them in my truck, and go. So anyway, done a little bit of sheeting around the garage door because the engineer wanted this to be a double shear wall. He wanted both sides sheeted. So I thought, well, I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. But then now with plywood, cheap as dirt again, finally, it's now to $12 a sheet. It was up to in excess of $60 a sheet with all the supply chain garbage a little while ago, a year ago or so. I thought, you know what, I don't want my house to match box over. I'll just throw the sheets up there, staple them on, and so now I've got my double shear wall like the engineer called for. And so anyway, this is just a little intermittent video to kind of keep me accountable, show the progress on the addition. Of course, it's not done, but I'm a one-man show here. I've got the wife helping when she can. My son, 10-year-old son, he'll get up and help me when he can, but they're in school right now. So anyway, thanks for all my subscribers. Appreciate all 83 of you. And just wanted to give back to YouTube because I sure take a lot from it. I'm doing a lot of this myself, most of it, almost all of it myself. And I'm in the trades, but this sheetrock stuff, this is not my forte. I'm a framer, but I watch a lot of videos. So any kind of content anybody puts out, I appreciate that, and I'm just trying to give back. So thank you, YouTube, and We'll see you next time.